my dad, I went to work for him. He said he was so glad. Was he sincere? Now it's clear. And now I fear that I've been had. Why did I listen to
that crook, that crook, that crook, that crook,
Look, there's public amendment number 47, and the legislature in. And my boyhood home. Why, we're just on top of the UGC headquarters building, and this is our town.
Yes. Yes, it is.
How could it be that we're both in our town and in your town at the same time, unless, dear God, no, you couldn't have.
Over you go, then.
Wait a minute. You're just gonna throw me off this roof? And that's supposed to be Urinetown. Death is Urinetown.
That's one interpretation.
Why did I listen to my heart? I heard its call and made this revolution so hard to discuss. Take up my sound and see that he is wrong. Why did I listen to my heart? Why did I listen to my heart? I heard its call and made this revolution start. So let the throne take up my song, make Gladwell see that he is wrong. Why did I listen to that? Why did I listen to that?
Dad!
Why did I listen to my
A shovel and a mop, Mr. Barrow. You know the drill.
What's taking them so long?
They should have reached an agreement by now. Cloudwell's not one to dilly-dally.
I'll hype the sirens and the screams. Maybe they were celebrating? Bobby won't let us down. He's a good boy, my Bobby Strong. If anyone can find the way to freedom, he can.
Otherwise, we kill the girl. Right? That's the plan, isn't it?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Little Sally, what's going on up there?
It's...
Yes?
I saw Bobby.
Yes?
I don't think the meeting went very well.
What makes you say that, little Sally?
Well, they threw him off a building.
What are you saying, little Sally? Who threw who off a building?
Bobby, the policeman.
The police threw Bobby off a building?
They couldn't have done such a thing. We have Gladwell's daughter.
Well, they did.
Is he all right? Well, is he?
Bobby, the policeman came soon enough, but not before I heard his last words.
His last words?
That's right. It was about her.
Well, what were they?
They were... Tell her I love her. Tell her I'll always be with her. And I will see her in a better place where hope is always new. Ours was a short time. Ours was a love that never bloomed. Yet in the love there is a brand new hope. It's calling out to you. Its call is soft and gentle, tame and fine. It's docile and benign.
A pickle in the brine. What did I say? That isn't what I meant. I've lost my sense of scent. I fear my life is spent.
No one is innocent. No one.
No one is innocent. What did he mean by that?
I don't know. He started fading in and out after a while. It was a miracle he was alive at all. The fall was so horrible.
Was he talking about me? How can he say I'm not innocent? Not innocent of what? No one is innocent. Who the hell does he think he is?
Wait, please. There was more. He said, tell all the people. Tell them the time is always now. Tell them to fight for what they know is right.
I've lost my sense of sight, and yet I see them. I see them standing hand in hand.
I see them
standing hand
lied to us.
First they take my Joseph, and now my Bobby.
Who will lead us now?
We're lost, I tell you, the rebellion is over.
Destroy it with a shove.
What do we do now?
I'll tell you what we do. We do to her what they did to him.
That's right, do to her what they did to him. Or you could take me instead.
Miss Pennywise!
Caesar!
Yes, do whatever you feel you need to, but please, spare the child.
Old woman, you've been grasping and conniving all your days. Why so giving now?
Because Hope is my daughter. And I am her mother. Yes, Hope, it's true. I'm your mother, the one-time lover of Caldwell B. Gladwell.
Strumpet! Slattern!
Call me what you will, but it was during the stink years, you see. No one thought they had much time left then. So many of us did questionable things. There was the looting, of course, and the hoarding. But there were also the fond farewells and the late-night trysts. Life was an explosion full of riots, cheap cabarets, dancing girls.
And love?
Oh, yes, and love. There was love like no tomorrow, for there was no tomorrow, but there's always a tomorrow of some kind or another. After you were born, Caldwell never made me promise to reveal my identity to you, for I was something of a strumpet in my day, but never in my wildest... Enough! My heart is telling me many things right now, as you can all well imagine, but one thing it's bellowing louder than anything else is that when there's wrong in the world, we must right it. You did a wonderful thing by coming here, Miss Pennywise. Mom? And if you can reform yourself, maybe we can all reform a lot more than we know. Ladies and gentlemen of the rebellion, if you want to do to me what they did to Bobby, I wouldn't blame you.
Caesar!
But if this righteous rebellion were to peter out in Bobby's absence, sending his memory to oblivion, I would blame you. All of you. Kill me and the rebellion dies with me. Let me lead you and the rebellion will triumph.
Lead us?
She's mad. Lead you to the very nerve center of my father's empire. I've got a key, and the guards know not to question me. But once there, we'll question Daddy. That's right. We'll question him plenty.
Why should we trust you?
Because Bobby, your hero, he loved me. And I loved him.
Hope, dear, on behalf of the people of the rebellion, perhaps we in time can learn to love you too.
And that's all that really matters, isn't it? Love? Now let's go do to them what they were ultimately going to do to us.
With the lust for saving water, man gives daughter up for dead.
Laying it on your Stradivari. He's not sorry, not a shred.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry. He's not sorry.
An absolute maze, that's what the sewer system is.
I'm going back down there to give it another look. You stay here and guard the streets.
I've been meaning to ask, Officer Lockstock. You ever have doubts about what we've been doing? About the killings and all?
You know, it may surprise you that I do. The health and security of these people are my primary concern. I love the people of this community very much, Mr. Barrow. Gladwell's edicts may be the only way of saving them.
And I love you very much.
I see.
Well, that went pretty well.
You who fly the blimp of evil, shun upheaval in the air. Then ask why the ride gets starry. Now you're sorry, you're up there.
You know, I am perfectly capable of finding my way to the legislature on my own.
No offense, Senator, but Mr. Cladwell does not like playing the coop. So it's a compacto and all.
And what if I am flying the coop? What if I'm on my way right now to the airport for that last flight right out to me? What would you say to that?
Can I sub?
Those who make dough from debasing, need erasing, need the knife. Let their blood flow like Campari. We're not sorry. Hey, that's life.
searching the sewer system.
You swear they'll be keeping hope, I imagine. I only pray that when we meet up in heaven, she can find in the vastness of her heart to forgive me.
Giving up on me so soon, Daddy?
What?
Miss Gladwell, what an unexpected surprise.
Is there any other kind?
Hope, darling. Thank God you're safe.
Well, I'm not safe yet, Daddy, but soon I will be. Soon all the people of this community will be safe.
Most of us, anyway.
What?
It's all over, Caldwell. We've come to take you away.
Take me away? But to where?
To the same place you sent young Bobby and old so-and-so.
And all those people who couldn't or wouldn't meet your criminal phoenix. Seize him!
What? Hold on. What's the meaning of this?
I've joined the revolution, Daddy. And you? I think it's time you join the expat community in Urinetown.
You're making a terrible mistake, Hope, dear. You need me more than you know.
The only thing we need now, Daddy, is freedom. For the people.
And love?
Oh yes, and love.
That's what I think too, Hope. For the stinkers. But worldwide ecological devastation has a way of changing me. You're too young to understand it now. But there really are things more important than love. Food, water, and shelter, for example.
And piles of cash.
It wasn't just cash, to Pennywise. It was an awful lot of cash. So long, power.
Mr.
So
Caldwell.
long, money.
Caldwell.
I'm no bunny this time.
Remember when our nights were starry?
Aren't you sorry?
Sure, I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Just unsound.
Take him away.
I regret nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Maybe I was a bad father and a cruel vicious man, but I kept the pee off the street and the water on the ground. You hear me? I kept the water on the ground.
What now, Miss Gladwell?
Now is the beginning for us all. Now is a new day when each of us, regardless of race, creed, class, or criminal history, can come together as one people and share the fruits of our labor as one. Now is the dawning of a new age of hope and compassion, and the right to do whatever you'd like, whenever you'd like, with whomever you'd like, in whatever location you'd like. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the final day of an age of fear, an age that lasted far too long. Today marks the first day of a new age. A new age
Don't say it.
of hope. I see a river flowing for freedom. I see a river just in view. I see a river flowing for freedom. I see a river straight and true. Come to the river flowing for justice. Come to the river rendezvous. Come to the river flowing for justice. All for the people, me and you.
Well, as you may have guessed, Hope took over her father's company, instituting a series of reforms that opened up all the bathrooms for all the people to pee whenever they liked, for as long as they liked, for as much as they liked, with whomever they liked. The UGC was renamed the Bobby Strong Memorial Toilet Authority and was opened up as a public trust for the benefit of the people.
Officer Lockstock, where'd you go?
Keeping my head down low, Sally, something you should learn to do.
But aren't you scared the rebels are gonna see you?
Oh, I may be a cop, but I'm also the narrator, so they can't touch me, not if they want the show to end.
So many people peeing at will. Thanks to the rebellion, the world is a much better place.
Actually, Miss Gladwell, your father commissioned a study of water consumption just before he...
My father was a tyrant. We need never fear him again. Justice is the only tyrant we need obey.
Sisters and brothers, fight for the river.
Fathers and mothers,
Babies too, all in the family, push toward the river, shove toward the river. Why don't you step in the river, wade in the river, soak in the river, through and through. Once in the river, you are the river. Friends on the shoreline, jump into.
However, it wasn't long before the water turned silty, brackish, and then disappeared altogether. As cruel as Caldwell B. Cladwell was, his measures effectively regulated water consumption, sparing the town from the phantom Urinetown. Hope chose to ignore the warning signs and decided to bask in the people's love for as long as it lasted.
What kind of musical is this? The good guys finally take over and everything starts falling apart?
Like I said, little Sally, this isn't a happy musical.
But the music's so happy.
Yes, little Sally, yes it is.
Such a fever. If only I had a cool, tall glass of water, maybe I would have a fighting chance.
but don't you see, Mrs. Strong? The glass of water's inside you. It always has been.
It has?
Of course it has. Don't you know what you are?
A river?
That's right. We all are. You are the river, I am the river. He is the river, she is too. All are the river, flowing for freedom, flowing for justice. Let's review.
We see a river flowing for freedom. We see a river just in you. You see a river flowing for freedom. You see a river straight and true. I don't think so many people are gonna come see this musical, Officer Lockstock.
Why do you say that, little Sally? Don't you think the people want to know that their way of life is unsustainable?
That and the title's awful. Can we do a happy musical next time?
If there is a next time, little Sally, I'm sure we can. Well, that's our show. Hope eventually joined her father in a manner not quite so gentle. Mr. McQueen opened up a water bottling factory outside the coast of Brasilia. It did rather well, until the Amazon dried up. Then he moved. As for the people of this town, they did the best they could, but they were prepared for the world they inherited, weaned as they were on the legend born of their founding fathers' scare tactics. For when the water dried up, they recognized their town, for the first time, for what it really was, what it was always waiting to be.
This is Urinetown. Always has been Urinetown. This place is called Urinetown.
Hail Malthus!
Hail Malthus!
Thank you, and good night.